Hello and welcome to the first lecture of this new section on data thinking in this course, AI Essentials for MBA Students. So in this particular lecture, we'll talk about how can you use AI for basic data interpretation, the very starting of data interpretation. So how do you think you can do that? How can you use AI for data interpretation basics? Any thoughts? You know, Using AI for basic data interpretation means leveraging AI tools to understand data patterns, identify trends, and generate insights and support business decisions. So that's what really it means. And that you need to do without necessarily becoming a data scientist. So you should be able to do as an MBA yourself. And the whole goal is to move from raw data to meaningful insights to managerial decisions. Right. So that's the overall view. Now, the first step you need to do is to first understand the business question first. You'll be faced with data, but before analyzing the data, you as a student must define what questions the data should answer, should support, right? And one example of that could be why are sales declining? You have sales data. So the question that if you want to know is why is sales declining, that data then could be examined from that point of view. Other examples could be which customer segments are growing and which marketing campaigns are effective. And you can use AI tools such as ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, which can help you clarify this kind of objective. And for the interpretation, you need to then give a simple prompt saying, help interpret sales data to identify factors affecting revenue decline. Because now you want to know why the revenue is declining. So your prompt is more targeted. Otherwise, what prompt would you give? And this can help you start learning how to connect data analysis with business problems. Right. The second step is to use AI to summarize data. You know, AI can quickly summarize data sets and highlight important patterns. Examples of these summaries could be, things like average sales per region, growth trends, distribution of customer segments, and the tools that are commonly used are Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets. And AI can help interpret tables and dashboards produced by these tools, and you start learning quick data comprehension. The third step would be to then identify trends and patterns. Now, AI can help you detect trends such as increasing or decreasing sales, a very basic question. Seasonal demand patterns. What point of time in a year is the season? What season and what is the pattern of sales there in terms of being high, low, or whatever? Then it can also help you detect the customer behavior changes and cost trends. And an example of such a trend or pattern identification is that sales are increasing in urban areas but declining in rural areas. That could be an insight that AI can give you, and that can help you then start developing the skill of trend identification. Right. You can also compare categories and segments because you as manager would often need to compare different segments of data. You can assist, you can be assisted by AI with such comparisons like product category performances, performance across different product categories, product sales performance by regions, and profitability by customer segment. And an example comparison could be product A versus product B, North region versus South B for any parameters like sales, profitability, etc., etc. And with this, you start doing the segment analysis. Then you identify the possible causes of the problem business question that you've asked, and the data is showing you insights on that. After detecting the pattern, you as an MBA student must ask why the pattern exists. Because that's a key question. If you miss asking that question, you will miss very important thing. And then AI can help generate possible explanations. AI is good in theorizing in possible theories, hypotheses, explanation. And it could come back and tell you sales decline may be caused by increased competition, price changes, lower marketing spend, or product quality issues. And with this, you start learning to explore the root causes. Explore. Then you need to convert data insights into business action because ultimately that is the purpose of data thinking, isn't it? So the most important step is translating the insights into business strategy and action, into business decisions. And AI can help you generate, recommendations such as increase marketing in high growth regions, improve pricing strategy, redesign product features. And an example of such an insight will be the customer churn is highest among the low engagement users, and possible action is launch targeted retention campaigns. And here you start learning the data driven decision making, right? Then once you have developed the strategy and actions and plans, then you need to communicate data insights clearly. And these you need to communicate to your key stakeholders, and AI can help you generate, summaries, data summaries. Um, it can help you generate executive reports. It can help you generate presentation slides. And common tools include basically things like Tableau, Power BI, and Microsoft PowerPoint. And here you are doing the storytelling, right? Then let's take a look at an example of a data interpretation case, a simple example. And here the data set you get is of a sales performance data set in which your AI assisted interpretation may reveal after you describe your business question that sales grew 15% on online sales. And the business question is the sales performance, right? So sales grew 15% in online channel. That's a trend it indicates. It tells you on segment that young customers are preferring online purchases, and the issue is that retail store sales is declining. So that's the insights it can give you. And then it recommends you as well, based on its own analysis, that you increase digital marketing and improve e-commerce experience. Keep remembering that this is a recommendation. You need to examine this, see what is the right thing to do based on the data again. So, what are the best practices for students like you? First is to focus on business context, right? Data interpretation must relate to business objective. If you get a set of data and if you don't have a business context or a business objective, you probably will be lost, So to find your way, you need to find what is it that you want me to do with looking at these. What questions about the business do you want me to answer? Then second thing you need to do is to verify AI interpretation. AI will interpret that data, but you must always validate insights using data logic and your own insights and judgment. Third is to avoid overcomplication. MBA level interpretation focuses on practical insights, not complex algorithms. So avoid overcomplication. Keep it simple. And finally, ask so what. Every insight must lead to actionable decision. Once the insight is there, you can simply ask, okay, fine, that's the insight. So what do we do? So what? So these are some best practices for you as an MBA student. Let's summarize this into a simple AI interpretation, data interpretation framework. It's a five-step approach that we have seen in this lecture. So we start with defining the business question. That's the most important step. Then you summarize the data. Then you identify trends and patterns using AI, analyze possible causes, and then you recommend action based on what cause seems the right cause or the root cause. And based on that, you can recommend action, and AI can do that for you. So, what's the key takeaway? AI helps you as an MBA students to quickly interpret data patterns and generate insights. But as we've been saying all along, managerial judgment is essential to translate those insights into business decisions because that's what AI cannot do because it's driven by the past data. It doesn't know the business context. It doesn't know the business problem that you need to define. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on data thinking. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.